Hold on. My Audible isn't recording. Hi, this is Erica Dyer with Incoherent Ramblings of a Crazy Bitch. Of course, I have my producer, Nick, but we also have the one, the only, the bombshell redhead. My God, girl, I've been looking at your. I am just so jealous. Mel
Oh,
Heflin.
hi everybody.
Hello, hello. Um, yeah, thank you for joining us. My God, I haven't seen you since what, last, God, I think it's been a year, right? Pretty sure it's been a year.
Yeah, a little over a while.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? I know you were just at Gross Fest. Is that where you
Oh
were?
my gosh, what a great time. It was so much fun. Have you been?
No, I haven't. I've been stuck at home.
You'd love it.
Love it. Do you have any other um festivals coming up? Any other conventions that
I
you're going to
was
be at?
supposed to do one in a couple of weeks, Haunted Screams, but I believe that whole thing is canceled and we were going to
Oh,
do the pig shit premiere there. And I think that they are reworking it. So there's a premiere coming up very soon.
okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, Nick and I haven't recorded a podcast in months. I don't know, we got busy with summer. You know how that is. Things get busy and you don't record
Summer.
one. But what we do with all of our podcasts in the beginning, I have to move my cat curtains here. We we always do some questions to start our
Excellent.
podcast and to end our podcast. So I'm going to grab my questions here. If there's any questions you are not comfortable with answering, just let me know. So I'll ask the question and then I'll answer it first to kind of get the ball rolling. And then you can answer and then Nick can answer. All right. So our
Okay.
first one is, who is the biggest pervert? All right. Ew. I don't think I want to know the answer to this. Have you ever dated someone who was underage when you were not? I don't know if I want to know anybody's answer for that. So we'll pick another one.
I
Especially
can pretty
Nick's.
confidently
Don't
say
answer
no.
that, Nick.
Oh
No,
no.
well, for the record, I haven't. For the record, I haven't. I don't. Yeah, no, no,
Okay, yeah.
no.
Yeah. Don't admit to a crime on a podcast,
Oh my
Nick.
gosh.
Good Lord. All right. Oh, this is disgusting. What kind of bachelorette party was this? Have you ever added orgasmic secretions to food or a drink for revenge? So, Nick, have you ever jerked off in somebody's drink? I have not.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Mel?
I have never even thought of such a thing.
I know.
Although
That's what I said. I don't, these are like, these are
I
like
just got back from
bachelorette party
FatCon, I
things.
didn't think I was that vanilla.
Yeah, I didn't. I would never even would have thought of that question. I mean, I have a friend who spit in somebody's food, but never secretions. That's just wrong.
Oh my.
All right. And then I got the 50 Shades of Grey party game. Let's grab a question here. Questions are like everywhere. Like I said, it's been a while. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Name the friend you think is the most romantic. Um, I would say I only have like two friends, Nick and Kathy. Nick is probably pretty romantic. I don't know. I'll say Nick.
Oh, thanks, thanks,
Well,
thanks.
I mean, you're like, like I said, it's either you or Kathy.
Okay. I would say I would say my buddy Richard is. My buddy Richard has to be. Yep.
All right. Nice. Mel, who do you
I'm
think is
gonna
the
have to
most
say
romantic?
either my friend Jocelyn, because like her writing is just, or my friend Chris, possibly. 'Cause he writes vampire novels.
Nice. I love it. All right. Oh, have you ever done a striptease dance for a boyfriend or spouse? I absolutely have. Nick and I talked about this on an earlier podcast. Not only did I do a strip tease, but this was back like when I looked decent. I was wearing fishnet stockings. And then I was wearing high heels. It was video recorded, and it was when we had those great big ass cameras that took like an actual VHS tape in the camera. Yeah. Nope, I did very long time ago.
When's the tape gonna leak? Huh?
What was that?
I said, when's the tape gonna leak?
Tape ain't gonna leak because if you remember the end of the story, Nick, that was when we then laid on the bed and started having sex, and I got my period, and like it became not not a sexy time. It was more of a horror show.
Yeah, I remember that story now. But no, I have not done a sexy dance or any sort of dancing for a partner, spouse, significant other, or anything like that. I have not done that.
Oh, Mel, do I even have to ask? I mean, you're like a sexy dancer anytime. I don't even think it has
So
to be.
that's the one thing that I can't do is I can't dance well. That doesn't mean that I don't dance.
Nice.
Uh,
Good
yeah,
try.
that's something I do like all the time. Sexy dance, like sexy strip dance, because why not? The weirder the costume, the better
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Makes it fun.
Mascot
Yeah, like
heads
which
go
one did I
flying.
just see that you had on Instagram? There was one with one costume. I was like, oh, that is neat. I
I
gotta
love my
stalk you on
costumes.
Instagram. Yeah, what one was it? It was, God, was it a clown? It was one
Oh
that,
my gosh, that was so much fun. I was dancing for Caitlin because she did my makeup up. Oh gosh, that was so much fun.
yeah, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. All right.
We had a blast.
So on this one, this is trivia. Nick, I always forget how to do these.
There's a legend on the box, I think, of like what they
Oh,
are.
okay, there we go. That's better. All right. So you get a choice here. You get a choice here. We have Peep Show, Centerfold, Sexual Revolution, Hot Flashes, AC/DC, or TNA. I'll go with Peep Show. So mine is, oh, these are just trivia questions. What sultry actress starred in Cat People? Do you guys remember this? Might both of you might be too young for this, but do you guys remember the movie Cat People?
I don't
There was like
know.
this brother and sister. It was back in the 80s. This brother and sister, um, they were part of like this colony of people that would turn into cats. And like
I did not see this.
you did not see it. Yeah, it was Natasha Kins. Actually, a very good movie, but it is a very 80s movie. But it
I
is
like
one of
80s.
those, yeah, it is one of those where like towards the end of the movie you find out like her and her brother would get it on. I mean, like if you have cats in an actual colony, the brother and sister would get it on. But
That
all
wasn't
right.
such a rare plot twist back then.
I know. It's like, yeah, it was a good movie up until that point. Then I felt a little uncomfortable. All right, Mel, which one do you want? Peep Show, Centerfold, Sexual Revolution, Hot Flashes, AC/DC, or TNA?
Let's try Sexual Revolution.
Sexual Revolution it is. Always get my legend messed up. I need glasses. Oh, good Lord. Actually, you might be able to answer this one because I think a lot of people see you as like a pinup doll and you speak Japanese and like you're really smart. So you might get this one. What does Mbati pygmy woman do to celebrate her first menstruation? So it's an African tribe, and to celebrate their first menstruation, what do they do?
My guess would be get a tattoo.
No, but I like that one because sometimes they'll do tattoos or they might get the rings. This particular tribe, they have sex with several boys. I guess they just give it up and see who's best. All right, Nick.
I
Peep
will.
show several. What?
Give
Sexual Revolution, Hot Flashes, ACDC,
TNA. Give me TNA.
TNA, TNA. Oh, I think I asked you that one before. I'll pick a different card for you.
Okay.
What was called the French sickness?
Was that the one where the people were dancing until they died?
No, it's syphilis.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to ask you the other one too, because I figured you would know the answer, and I like to hear funny answers. What reoccurring female character did James Bond never seduce?
Oh, Moneypenny. That's easy.
Yep. Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
you would have got that one. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to ask Nick that
Yeah,
one.
there was they always had witty banter, but they never banged.
Yep. Yep. One more, and then we are going to get to upcoming movies. This is the 50 Shades of Gay. Not, I can say that every fucking time is like a
You
Freudian
do.
slip, I think. Every fucking time, man. 50 Shades of Gray. Red expansion pack. Name the friend most likely to visit a BDSM club. I'd say probably Kathy. I think Kathy would go just for the fun of it, not to like partake, but her and I would probably go together and just like laugh.
Yeah, you guys have stories afterwards for sure.
What about you guys? Any ideas? May not be anybody.
Um, I think my buddy John would go. Definitely, John would
John
definitely
would go.
go. Yeah, yeah, he'd be the one to go for sure.
Mel, anybody you can
Probably
think
my
of?
friend Sam.
Oh, I love it. And then you guys would talk about it afterwards. That's what I always do. Actually, my old mechanic, I'm from a very small town. So around here, there's not much to do. And there is a swingers club not too far. And like, I mean, I live in Indiana, so there's really not a lot to do. But, and then there's also nudist colony, also just a few hours away. So yeah, there's lots.
But it gets so
It's
cold.
actually not that odd.
It gets so cold up there, though.
Yeah, we live with, we're good. We live with it.
Is the swingers club near
Put
you?
some socks on your feet. As long as your feet are warm, you're fine.
Is the swingers club towards you called Trapeze?
I don't know.
Okay,
I've never gone.
all right.
I've thought about it.
Just checking.
All right. Well, thank you for doing that, Mel. It kind of, gets us going, gets us laughing. You wrote a children's book.
I did.
Yes. Tell us about that. I mean, what made you want to write a children's book?
Gosh, I noticed a lot of people in the industry just having babies and a lot of my friends, and it was hitting really close to home that, my friends were having kids, and I like to give. And
Yeah.
I recently, as in like the last 4 or 5 years, got back into painting. I used to be a commissioned painter, and I actually went to college for art. And I used to always do commissioned paintings, and I got out of it for a long time, and I recently dove back into it. And I've just been filling that need with painting. And I was painting those children books paintings for months and months and months, adding in all these little intricate details. And it was so much fun
Now, is it
to
just the
see
one
people's
book?
reaction.
Goodnight Film Set?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yes.
that's on Amazon right now, right? If somebody wanted to
Yes.
buy it, it's Goodnight Film Set on Amazon.
Yes.
But yeah, so I didn't realize, I guess, that you did the pictures also. So that's
Yeah.
your artwork. Oh, good.
That is.
Something to be so proud. Do you read it to your child at night?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I released it on his birthday, and he just thought that was so big that I would make something for him.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I always tell him about all my little adventures, and
Oh, yeah,
he
sure.
talks about the people that I film with like he knows them, and it's so sweet.
That is, yeah, I love that. I love that you did a children's book. I mean, I think that's really neat. I think that's really neat. And actually, because I know you're busy all the time. Like you do children's books. This was your newest. You do voiceover work for audio books. You do movies. You do modeling. You have Butterington's Horror Hour. It only
Yes,
has
that's
two
pretty new.
episodes, but that is on it looks like YouTube right now. Um Now this is done by who is this? Is it Kings of Horror? Is that who's putting it together for you, or who's
They're coordinating everything. I
okay?
do all of my own writing, my own costume. I
So
choose
you came up with
the,
it.
yes,
That's like yours.
yes.
Oh, see, I thought somebody maybe just hired you to be in it.
So how that came about is I got the costume because it just spoke to me. And then I was
Okay.
like slowly adding pieces to it and changing pieces. I made a new hat and such. And um, Matt Skinner, who was a great supporter of independent film, saw my costume and wanted me to do air fryer slaughter. And I did a little segment for Matthew Mark Hunter for air fryer slaughter in that costume as Poppy Butterington. And I came up with the name. And then, like, I didn't want to let that go because she was just quirky and crazy and a little
Hmm.
vintage.
Yeah, I love it.
Slowly over time, I've been developing it even further. And when Kings of Horror Network had an open call for horror hosts, I was like, hey, I'd like to take this to the next step.
Yep. Yeah. No, good for you. Good for you. Yeah, because like I said, I thought they just hired you, but I mean, I've worked with you before, so I know how talented you are and like helping me try to know how to pose because I still can't
Oh my
pose for
gosh, you're
nothing.
amazing.
I can't pose for nothing. I need lessons. But yeah, I'm really impressed that you did that also. Because the other thing that I was really impressed with, I mean, like I said, I started rattling off all the things you were doing, but one thing that I don't think people realize, you first started modeling when you were 13, right?
Yes.
Now, how did that come about? Because I know I don't not quite sure where you grew up, but I know where I grew up we never would have known who to contact to become a model or to get discovered at 13.
It was actually in a mall, and as crazy as that sounds, with like all the Barbizon and everything
Yeah.
like that, I was just being sassy with my mom. We were shopping for clothes, and I was posing and such for her in my new clothes, and this supposed model scout came over and handed my mom a card and was like, "Hey, like we represent models because I am from a smaller town, but we do have a decent mall um, back there." And, she gave him a call and I was like, please, let's explore this and see what happens. And I started walking runways and posing for like J.C. Penney's catalogs. And at one
No.
point, some of my photos, like you can, how you buy the frame and
Mhm.
there's a photo already in
Yeah.
it. I was one of those. And it was
Okay.
really cool that my mom bought the frame and just left it in the
It is awesome. I love that. Yeah, because I was like, I saw that and I was like, 13? How would you even get into it? Um, but being so young and getting into modeling, and then eventually, as you got a little bit older, getting into movies. Did you ever find any issues on a film set or a modeling set where like a photographer was inappropriate or um anything like that?
so
And if you don't
it
want to talk
happens.
about it, that's fine,
No,
but
no, it's totally fine. It's a beast of the industry. It's one of the things that is
okay.
completely, pretty much, at least back in the day. I don't know how much better it is now. It's inevitable that it's going to come about at some point.
Yeah.
And having those experiences so young, it really taught me how to deflect.
Yeah.
Like a dude is kind of getting a little close and you're just like,
Hmm.
okay, like you're gonna kiss me anyways, okay, here we go, like just deflect, deflect, deflect.
Yeah,
And
and
I
see,
really,
and that's such a tough position to put. young women in, young model, and even older. I mean, hell, we interviewed Jessa Flux, and that shit happens to her too, where she'll have people just assume because of her career and her jobs that, oh yeah, let's just go, fuck, hey, you want to go fuck? And that's just so insulting. And to know that people just think that's okay and to try to get away with it. And when I saw your age, that was one of my first thoughts. I never had a daughter, but I had sons, but I was 13 once and I wouldn't have known how to handle any of those situations at all. So I was just wondering, being so young, how you handled it. But
It was really interesting back then because these older men, they've got this influence over you,
mhm,
and they think that you don't understand what's happening. They think that you're
mm,
just so far removed that you can't comprehend what they're telling to you, when like, kids are smarter than we give them credit for. They know what's
especially
going
now.
on.
Yeah.
They know what you're saying. I feel like, back then I was a little quicker with the draw.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so my wheels would be turning way far ahead, like, where is this going to lead me in the next few minutes?
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. You got to think about those things. Looks like your first movie, you were 19 and it was Scarlet Rain. Is that
Yes,
correct? What was it? What did you play in that? I mean, what was your
I
role?
played um she was sort of just the girlfriend character, one of the it was a slasher movie. I got killed off kind of early. I'm unbuttoning my boyfriend's pants, and then we're about to do things, and then he leaves the room for a second. I think it's been a while since I watched it, and the next thing you know, I am getting killed.
Like most slasher
Um,
movies, right?
yeah, uh, it was great. I love that movie.
Yeah, but by now though, gosh, I don't even know how many movies you've been in. I certainly can't keep up with the number of magazines and stuff like that, but heck, it's been at least 30 or 40, right?
Movies,
Movies? Yeah.
um, just features alone, I think it's somewhere around 150,
Oh,
but most of
Jesus. Yeah,
them,
I was way off. That's
there's a lot that aren't even on IMDb, and it's like, no, I was really there. Uh, yeah,
yeah,
I
I
I
guess it
lose
gets
track
to a
all the
point
time.
because you got to update your own IMDb, right?
Nope,
Mostly, or does somebody else do it for you?
I don't think I've ever updated it.
Okay, so they're just tagging you then when they're listing because you do have an IMDb page. If you look for Mel Heflin, you have a few photos on there. You have 117 actress credits. Okay, 10 as a producer, 8 in the camera and electrical department. Because that's one thing, like I was saying, it's not just the books, it's not just the modeling. You do all of these other things. Like when we were talking and you were helping me how to pose and things like that for the calendar, I think you also do dance and stuff like that. I mean, you just do
Oh,
a
I
little bit
can't
of it
dance. I
all, right?
do
Well,
taekwondo.
Taekwondo and the Japanese. I'll never forget that. You were reading my cat
Oh, that's
cover.
my favorite thing. Somebody will wear Japanese, and I'm like, let me read this.
Yeah. So you do have 117 actress credits on your IMDb page. Um, Now, I don't know what all your roles are. I'll have to look at this. What's funny is I also do this. Like I'll look at ones because my parts are usually very, very tiny. I don't get paid to act. Usually people want me to pay them.
Ah,
But I have been in a lot of the ones that you've been in, but they're usually such small blink and you miss them parts. People don't even realize I'm
oh,
there.
I know you're there if I
Yeah.
watch.
But you have one coming up. You have several that are coming up. Which is your next one that's getting ready to premiere? Let me see
Pig shit.
here. Which one is it?
It should be pig shit.
Okay, pig shit. Um, and that's coming up at, you mentioned the convention earlier,
Oh yeah, the convention got canceled, but I think
but
Astronomic
that's
is
where it
going
was
to do
supposed to
their.
premiere, but they're still going to premiere it. Okay.
Yes.
And then it looks like your most recent projects, you of course had the Amityville pool toy pull tool. That would have been another one. Toy Massacre, cheerleader elimination, which we're in together. We're not going to give
Yes.
the plot line away, but that is coming up. That is premiering in a few months. Are you going to go to the convention for that, where the premiere is? I think
Maybe if
it's
I get
Slash and
invited.
Bash. Okay, because
Um,
I know Julie's going.
okay.
But I don't know who else is going. I'm not going, but it's over
I haven't
there.
planned to so far.
Okay, okay. Um, and then Camp Blood 7. That's
Yes.
another one that you were in. Return of the Corn Zombies. So I don't think it was the return one I was in, but I was in one of the corn zombie movies, but it was a little tiny bit at the end credits, like when they
Oh,
were filming. Yeah, like if people still watch through the credits, I'll be in there. But yeah, you have a lot. Return of the Corn Zombies, Blood Red Beach, it's out now. Night of the Dead Sorority Babes, Darby's Scream House.
it'll come out
Blood
one
Bitch
day.
Baby. That'll come out one day. Oh God, I hate when movies do that. You film it and then it never comes out, and you're so excited about it. Big Boobenstein. You said that's
Yes.
upcoming. Have you filmed that yet?
No. We
Okay.
are launching an Indiegogo for it, I believe sometime in October. I'm
Okay.
hoping to go up and film some scenes for The Lady of Castle de la Morte in
Yes.
November. And then while I'm there for my scenes for that, we're hoping to do like some promo sequences for Big
Nice.
Boobenstein, which is filming in April.
Nice. Yeah. So speaking of um Indiegogo crowdfunding, do you find that when you're in these movies that do the crowdfunding, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this because I've been in both. I've seen movies where there's crowdfunding where they raise a bunch of money. I've seen movies that are crowdfunded they can't raise any money, and I've seen movies that people paid for it themselves. Um, what do you think of the whole crowdfunding? Because I know it gets a lot of flack. Like people like me, for instance, I've been in a lot of movies, but basically everything you've seen me, I know that we've been together in. I paid to be in that movie. So like I'm paying to
Okay.
be there, my money is going to pay you. Um, which I don't have a problem with. I love to act, but I need it to work around my schedule because it's not my career. I love it, but I'm in my 50s, and now I'm acting. So not going to give up my day job personally. But what do you think, knowing now that people are paying for parts? How do you feel about that? I hear a lot of negative
It's
about it,
it's
but
so
I don't think they're
interesting
negative.
to me. So there's been a lot of times when I work with people who pay to play, and I have no idea that they pay to play
Hmm.
because they are just so good. And it's like, you're so good. Why aren't you being paid for this? I'm glad that those avenues have opened up for people who wouldn't normally get the chances to
Yeah.
be on those sets. I think that's very exciting. I think if I would have chosen a different career, I would probably go that route just to, dip my toes or whatever. And I've seen people pay to play for a couple of projects, and then the next thing you know, they're doing commercials.
Yeah.
Um, I I think it's really cool. The only time I get frustrated, of course, when there's projects where the entire thing is pay to play.
Mm.
Like no one is allowed to come work on this unless you're pay to play.
Like
I
they're
just
not going to actually pay anybody, like
right.
talent. Okay.
I I don't and like I don't even have an informed enough opinion on that
Hmm.
to fully, but I can't fully wrap my head around no one can come act on this unless you pay to play. And that's not like a, oh, I'm not willing to do that thing. That's a Are you going to get what you're looking for this
No,
project?
you're not. And I absolutely 100% agree with that. And what makes me so frustrated, I don't mind paying. Because like I said, most of the time, if I pay, for one, I know I'm not taking a job from an actor that is going to be paid because it's not my career where give that lead part to somebody else. Why am I going to pay for that lead part? Because I can't do a role that big. I need something smaller that'll work around my work schedule. And, so I run into that, but I had somebody kind of that situation you were explaining reach out to me, and their actual words were, I would love you in this role. I think you're good, and I'm trying to get strong actors and get them in these roles, but it would only cost you $1,000. Okay, well, if you think I'm a strong actor and you want me in the role, why would I have to pay you? I'll do it for free. You don't have to pay me, but don't make me always pay you. But yeah, I've seen a few of those movies that do that. But you have several right now that are getting ready to crowdfund. We have The Castle of De La Mort, Adam and Evie. My Blade is Your Salvation. That director is from Kentucky, right?
I have no idea. I should
Okay.
probably know this.
I think he is. So that's fairly close to me. Ouija, Slumber Party, Stoner Snake. And I think those are the ones that you have listed on your link tree right now. And I think that's wonderful. That's another thing that I've noticed sometimes with talent. They'll be in the movie, but they don't always promote the movie, especially as much as you do. Where here it's on your link tree. It's on, you put it on your page. You'll say it on Facebook. Hey, you'll share it. So I think that's great because I think all of
Thank
that
you.
helps the movie grow.
That's how I
Um,
promote myself too. Like these people make
Absolutely.
me look good, so I make them look good, and it's just we're all building this whole thing together.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, Let me see here. The other thing that I wondered about, so when you do go to all these film sets, because I know sometimes like they'll bring you in, you sometimes set you up in a hotel, or maybe you'll stay at, an Airbnb or wherever they set you in. And everybody becomes like a family, right? We become these big groups, and I love it. I actually haven't been able to film anything out of my state in quite a while because I'm busy working. Um, and you become these families. So do you find that that's what you're kind of running into? You've made some great friends on these projects, people that you'll support if they're looking for roles, you'll give their names. Hey, I can't do it, but what
Oh,
about so and so?
absolutely. Oh, I totally do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
What
there's
about
been lots of times.
I mean, how many roles do you usually try to film? Because I know you have a young son. You mentioned that. I wasn't going to say if it was a boy or a girl, but you mentioned your son, that he was a son. Um, and I know this makes you travel a lot. So how is that? And it's that old adage, and I hate when they do these to like actresses on the red carpet. How do you juggle your career with your family? So, I mean, do you try to go home at least like every week? Like whether it be a few days a week or month, or how often are you actually on the road?
Oh gosh, it's definitely limited compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Usually I will only be on the road for maybe a week a month,
Okay.
usually.
Good. Okay.
And the rest of the time, every now and then there's some weekend things and whatnot, but this last month was pretty crazy. But I am so connected when I'm at home and, we're doing 5Ks together, we're baking pies together, we're
Aw.
watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles together, we go to karate class together. We're pretty connected.
Good, good. Yeah, because so what you mostly do though, because I've noticed like your modeling, you film a lot, or you do a lot of modeling work in the state that you live in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that kind of fills in some of that extra time. So you're actually not on the road as much as I thought. Because with
No.
the amount of movies you have coming out and the amount that I know that you film, I'm like, my God, is she home like one day a week?
It would seem
Maybe a
that way.
weekend a month?
Most of my days are taken up in front of my microphone, reading
Yeah.
books into it.
No, that's good. I mean, because what's nice, I mean, I hate having all the technology and now you got to compete with all these people on TikTok and things like that. It's the craziest way to make money, but my cats make like $75 a month. So, even
They
they're
pay for
making money
themselves.
on Instagram. Yeah, they're feeding themselves. But there's a lot of competition, but it also gives a lot of opportunity because there's a lot that you can do from a home studio. You got voiceover work, you got your audio books, you got your painting. So yeah, that's amazing. And I was telling Nick, God, who is this guy? I've got to say something about him. Because when I always look at your Instagram, there's always one photographer in particular,
Don
Don
Cross.
Cross. Don Cross, he is amazing. I mean, you always look good in the pictures, but I'm telling you, I can always tell when it's one of his pictures. Because like as soon as I see it come up, I'm like, damn it, that is a awesome picture. Yeah, he's from the state you're in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
We've been
thought.
shooting for together for over a decade now.
Wow. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. I just think that's amazing. Um, So when you're on these film sets, have you ever had a film set that you have quit, you walked off on? Any drama on the set?
Goodness. I don't think so. I work really hard to like to power through and
Yeah.
like there was one film set I was on that was especially hard. I think it was like 82 days or something, all disconnected weekends, all separated, even though they told me when I signed on that it was going to be a straight shot in like 2, 3 weeks, and it was going to be a straight shot, and that was it. And then suddenly it's broken up over the course of multiple years. And in the end of it, I was like, I'm not going to let everybody down that has worked
Yeah.
really hard and shown up and done all of this so far. So I got pregnant at one point, obviously. And then the next thing you know, we're moving out of the country. And it's like, we need to film this stuff.
Hmm.
I'm not going to be the reason. And oh gosh, they told me, we'll just film you from here up. They did not film me from here up. So I'm magically pregnant in some scenes.
Oh no.
Oh, the indie film life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some of the ways that they film this, because you brought up a good point. There's actually movies that I know that are still being filmed because they're doing that like the weekend thing. And that is the craziest way to film it. Why can't you just take a week vacation or 2 weeks vacation? Or, I mean, maybe they don't have vacation, but God, that's
I
rough.
could maybe see 2 or 3, but when, it's multiple weekends over the course of several years,
Yeah.
we are very lucky that it ended up getting finished.
Has it been released?
Technically,
Okay, yeah, you don't have to say the name, but yeah, yeah, that's rough, man. That is real rough because that reminds me of a friend of mine that lives not too far from me. He has been trying to get his movie finished forever. He's on his third movie wife. They keep having to refilm all the scenes. Like the first one was his real wife, and they got divorced, and she never
oh
finished.
gosh.
So then they had to refilm, and then he filmed it with somebody else, and something happened with her. And then so they had it. Now they're on their third. And it's like, if this one doesn't work, he'll probably never finish the movie. But at this point, there's so much money invested.
Right.
Oh, gosh,
Years go
yeah.
by and people, you know,
Change
God
and
forbid, get hurt or lose an arm or
yeah,
worse.
yeah,
Things happen. You can't,
yeah.
expect people to keep the same hairstyle for 6, 7 years.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh gosh, yeah, that's for sure. Especially, I think that's hilarious that not hilarious, but that you got pregnant during the filming and yeah. And they
Yeah.
didn't film you from the chest up. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
they were like, "We'll just film you from here up." I'm like, "Okay, that worked."
Okay.
They did not.
All right. Let me see here. So we know you have some upcoming things. You got that book that's out. You got some wonderful, wonderful photography. Um, the painting. Um, so you said you went to school for art, right?
Yeah, I technically have an art degree. It's as useful as a
Well,
napkin.
well, you know what? But it is useful. Look, you just put a children's book out.
That's true.
It is useful. It is useful. Um, but what made you do an art degree versus because at the time you would have went to college, you would have already been acting and modeling.
I was.
Yeah. So what made you
Um,
pick art?
I figured if there was going to be one degree that I was going to get that was going to serve me in some way, while trying to pursue acting, it was going to be art.
Okay.
There was a very short time that I thought I was meant to be a nurse, that I was only going to act on the side, but I changed it to the art degree and I kept in that direction.
Okay. Nice. No, actually, if you would have became a nurse, we probably would have ran into each other. I work in healthcare IT.
Amazing.
So yeah, yeah, I'm always with nurses and doctors and that different hospitals. Yeah. So that is funny. Um, let me see here if there's anything else. I did want to know, so you went to Japan with your husband, right? That's where you guys
Yeah.
had moved. Did you act when you were over there, or did you just take a hiatus from it for a while?
Um, my intention was to act over there, but we arrived in January 2020,
Oh, yeah.
and a
Not
lot of
so
the
much.
people that I was in contact with deleted their social medias.
Yeah,
And
yeah. So it did not happen.
I
Okay.
still hope. I still hope to maybe go over there and make a movie one day. I'll brush up
Yeah,
on my
I think that would be
Japanese and be
neat.
ready to go.
Yeah, especially if you can speak Japanese. I think that'd be amazing to see you in a movie that was filmed in Japan. That would be amazing. Um, now on your link tree, I always say there, I was going to call it LinkedIn. That's what I use is LinkedIn, which I found you on LinkedIn also, but
I
you
have
don't,
one of those.
you have a LinkedIn page.
Oh
You
goodness.
do. Yeah, model and actress. Yeah. I don't know, maybe you didn't set it up, but you do have a LinkedIn page. Somebody can follow it, but they can't send you a connection request. But on your link tree, I noticed that you have cameos on there where
Mhm.
you'll film cameo like birthday greetings or whatever somebody wants. Do you get a lot of people asking for that? Just a handful?
Every now and then I get a legitimate request, but mostly people try to get me to film fetish videos. And I'm like, that is not
It's
what this one is
dirty.
for. Like, you're not going to send me $30 and have me do this intricate fetish video
Oh
with all
God.
these cuts. Oh my gosh. I
Not for
know. It's
30
so
bucks, man.
I know they see the cameo. There's, I think some fetish models are on there and use that, but this is for birthday greetings.
Yeah. Yeah. God,
People are
that's perverted.
interesting.
Was it Nick? Did Nick do that? Nick, are you trying to hire Mel to do a fetish video?
Listen, $30 is $30. Okay, I don't know what what the problem
I'm
is.
not getting covered in guns for $30, Nick.
All right, I guess I'll have to up the price then. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thank
Oh
you.
God.
Now we're talking.
Oh God. And then I noticed that you have an OnlyFans, but honestly, you rarely post on there.
Yeah. I people got a little rude for a while and I kind of
Yep.
kind of took a break.
Yeah, well, and what you do post, I mean, because it looks like somebody can subscribe for free.
Yes.
But it probably is real close, not exactly what you post on Instagram. Obviously, OnlyFans is going to have a little bit of difference, but you're never on there. I think your last post was in April.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just wondering.
I might do some photo shoots or something, throw it up on there, but the big issue there is there's no blood. There's no blood. I want to get covered in blood.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, there's different things to do. I mean, I don't know that anybody would want to see that on OnlyFans, but yeah, um, that's where your movies come in. That's where you're going to get covered in the blood or your modeling shoots for some of the horror magazines you do. Absolutely. So do you have any upcoming we know you have upcoming movies, but do you have any other upcoming interviews,
I have a
photo
few coming up.
shoots, anything you want to mention?
We're getting ready to start pushing Big Boobenstein, so I'm going to be hitting some podcasts and talking to some people about it.
Who's the
Aside from Big
director?
Boobenstein, that's Tyler Shaman.
Okay.
He's fabulous. Um, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm getting ready to try to promote. There's the Sexy Sorority Sisters of Death. There's Adam and Evie that's currently going. There's the Lady of Castle de la Morte. Oh gosh, don't let me forget anything right now. I'm like sweating, trying not to forget anything.
Because you're sitting in your car, right?
I know I had my desk going with all the notes and my little coconut water, and then I just couldn't get service. So here I am.
Yeah,
Um,
because I can tell your window, even though you have it like blurred, I can tell you're sitting in a car.
I didn't even realize it was blurred. I just grabbed my ring light and I'm like, I gotta go find service. Yeah,
Oh, God.
there's a bunch of stuff coming. Bunch of stuff coming. Uh, all the stuff that I'm working on over the next year kind of funneled itself to promoting at the end of this year, and I'm like,
All at once, because then you want
everybody
to.
pre-order a movie.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that's actually a big way that people can help these independent films, even if they don't want to pay to play, like I do, but buy in a DVD because some of these movies never make it to Tubi, right? Like that's where I usually
Right,
look at is Tubi. Sometimes they might get on Amazon or, some of the other streaming services, but sometimes the only way you're ever going to see it is to buy the DVD.
right.
That's what I found. Yeah.
And
So,
there's usually a lot of extra special content on there that's the stuff that I love. I love the special features,
mhm.
and you can't find that stuff on Tubi.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I've actually found on Tubi some of the movies that I've seen on there. Like I know the movie's longer because I have it on DVD. And it's like,
Yeah,
well, heck, what happened? They cut it down for streaming for whatever reason.
there's
Um,
been a few of those over the years. There was one movie that I did that one of my favorite that I've done ever, even though it's like choosing a favorite child. They cut like, I want to say like 5 to 8 minutes of mostly my stuff, and
oh,
it kind of doesn't make as much sense why my character goes through what she goes through because of the scenes of graphic nature get cut out. But if you can buy the director's cut of it on DVD, which it rarely is, there's so much more than what you'll find on YouTube. No, is it on YouTube? It might be on YouTube, Amazon Prime, or Tubi. It's like a whole different movie.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I hate when they cut it like that because yeah, if it doesn't make sense to why your character went through what she did, I hate that. Hate that. But no,
Yeah.
that's a good way to support films by buying the DVD because you get that extra content and plus you have something to own. Where the streaming services, heck, even if you buy on Amazon a movie, you may lose that movie if Amazon loses the streaming rights. They'll take it down whether you paid for it or not.
That
It's
is so
crazy.
true and scary. You think you buy
Mhm.
something and it's yours. It's only yours if you're holding it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I think we will start getting back to a lot of the DVDs. I really do. Plus, then you can sell it. And that's what I always try to tell my kids with like the games for the Xbox and that. It's like, why wouldn't you want the actual physical copy? Because then you could sell it or trade it in if you no longer want it. If all you
Yeah.
do is download it, you can't sell it. Once you're done with the game, too bad. I guess delete it.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, you are certainly busy, but I love that you've been able to spend some time baking pies with your little one. I went through, I don't know, a baking phase. Was it last year? I think it was the beginning of last year. I took like a good 4 months off work because I'm a consultant. So if I don't want to work, I don't have to work. And
I
so I
like it.
took a good 4 months off work, and that's when I was acting a lot. And I was also baking a lot. I don't know why. My kids were like, Mom, why are you baking? You never bake. I'm like, I never had the time. I just never had the time. I don't know. There's something cathartic about it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I love it.
yeah, for me, there really kind of is something cathartic. Hmm, I don't know. But that was kind of all the questions that I had for you, Nick. Was there anything that you had written down?
No, I didn't have anything written down. I think there was one movie I wanted to ask you about. It's the one you did with Jessa. It was
Which
Sorority.
one?
Yeah, that's a good question. Which one? That's a really good question. Um,
Sorority
it's
Party
not
Massacre? Or...
Night of the Sorority Babes. That's the one I've
Yes.
seen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was working on that? Was that a lot of fun, or was it hectic,
Oh
or?
my gosh, it wasn't hectic at all. It was a very working with Acrostar. They are a very well-oiled machine. Angel Bradford and S.J.
Oh,
Herman were directing, and they were on this wavelength where they just understood each other. We got so much downtime in the evening to connect, to, bond and strengthen both friendships and our character friendships. And it was kind of like the best case scenario. I knew it was going to be good because the moment I arrived, I went out on the back deck and there was a double rainbow.
that is sweet. Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, because I think I watched it on Tubi and I really liked it. I was just like, oh, this seems like a fun movie, and it was. I really enjoyed it. So it's kind of like, I guess it was kind of like summer camp for you being out there with everybody.
Oh, totally. I was so happy we had these little bunk beds and oh gosh, it was just so nice to get to know everybody and everybody was just so sweet and we got to chill in the that hot tub in the evening with everybody and we played our little card games and such. It was magical.
What what
Now,
what what card games did you play?
Oh, I don't know. They were kind of like the card games that we started with. It was kind of
oh,
like getting to know each other and questions about, finding out who each other was.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. Now, Acrostar, are they in Chicago? Are they up?
That
Okay,
area, yeah.
that area. Okay, okay. That's what I thought. I thought they were more local to me.
Yes.
So nice. Very good. All
Let's see.
right, Nick, anything else you wanted to bring up?
When is Big Boobenstein coming out? Like when is that projected to be released?
Um, if I had to take a random stab in the dark, I would say possibly as early as next fall. We're planning on just filming everything over the course of a single to 2 weeks in April. Um, and then we'll be hitting the convention circuit.
Nice.
Depending on what kind of suit we put me in for Big Boobenstein, I will be making appearances as Big Boobenstein.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
That should be interesting. That should be fun. Are there have they got the costume ready yet? Or have they done any like perspective pictures for it or anything?
I have,
Okay.
and I have them on my computer, and I haven't released them yet. There's only a couple of people who've seen them so far, and I don't know when we're releasing them. I'm so ready to. I just want to see what everybody thinks, and might be a little longer though.
Okay. That's fine. But I mean just the name Big Boobenstein sounds Like
I
it's
know.
gonna be a fun
Nick can't
time.
wait. He's like, when's this coming out?
If you haven't read the book, I actually do the audiobook version of Jeff O'Brien's Big Boob Inside.
Really?
I
Really?
do.
Okay.
I was voicing the book and I was like, how is this character exactly like my younger self? Like I felt like this huge connection to this character. Like this character was me. And the things that she's like, I understand the mindset. I was already in character and I didn't even know it. Um, every bit of her story is my story. Well, maybe not with the gnomes, but and there's definitely
Gnomes.
some
Oh God.
discrepancies.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's some discrepancies there, but her mindset, like I get it. I get her.
Yeah. Oh God, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, I really what is it? I recently did check out what was it? Blood Red Beach. And
What do you think of it?
I liked it. The reason I liked it is because it kind of reminded me of like a Scooby-Doo kind of thing. And
Yes.
that's kind of what I gravitate towards. And I was just like, oh, it reminds you kind of like that. So that's why I liked it because you got the group there at the beach and the pirates come and it's, the whole thing. And like, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And you did a wonderful job in that movie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We
How
filmed it,
is,
I think, exactly 1 year ago.
oh,
I
wow.
think. I want to say.
Yeah. Where,
It
where
just popped
was,
up in my memory.
right. Where was that shot?
I flew into Buffalo, New York, I
Nice.
think.
So it was filmed all, I guess, all in Buffalo then, wherever that beach is.
Yeah, I feel like we drove for a couple of hours and um, we were on the highway for a good long time, and then we just pull off, and then we get to this really, really freaking cool Beetlejuice house with the tower. I got to sleep. I got to sleep in that house and overlook the cliff, and it was so beautiful, like this just out into the ocean.
Nice. That's
Sounds
awesome. Yeah. So
awesome.
yeah, that's another one where it sounded like you had a really good time with that production as well.
Everybody was wonderful.
Well, I'm glad the movies you've done you've had such a wonderful time on.
Yeah, it's so easy when everybody's so good and so sweet and
Yeah.
so awesome. Everybody is
Love
their
being
best
on the
selves
film
on
set.
set.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, why make it hard? That's my thing. I love being on the film sets. I miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you more selective these days? Like if you've worked with this
Mhm.
a cast and crew before and you like the way they operate and like who they are, you'll just kind of work if they ask you to do something, you're more likely to do something with them as opposed to somebody new or anything like that.
Yeah, very much so. I've got my key people that I really like the way they operate, and then there's a couple though where it's like if they ask me to do something, I'm probably gonna yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So you've done, obviously doing like 150 projects. You have your like top five or top 10. I'm sure that if they ask you,
Yeah.
you'll probably take the project.
I also have like this little like bucket list of goals. Like if anybody is ever willing to cast me like as a werewolf, that's probably going to be a yes.
Well, okay. Okay. Then what are your okay? Give us like your top five bucket list things you want to do like with movies
Okay.
and stuff.
So I want to be a werewolf for sure. But like I'm not going to say no to a werewolf role, but also I would very much like it to be like a sexy werewolf. I'm getting picky now.
So
I
so
would
so,
very
so
much.
like so it's like minimal fur, more like bikini werewolf.
Oh no, we can go for just I now we're getting into anthropomorphic. I don't like moving on.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think it would be super dope to play a nun. That's been on my bucket list for a little while. I would very much like to do a zombie movie role where I get bit and then I turn into a zombie.
Nice.
I think that would be super dope. Um, I also I keep going for creatures. I would love to play more underwater roles. Like I've had, a few scenes underwater and it's just one of my favorite things. I can speak underwater. I can stay under for about 2 minutes. Um, I've done some videos of that sort. And I also would like, I know this is probably silly, but I would like to play a shark.
Like,
A lot of creatures, a lot of creatures. I like that.
A lot of
yeah.
creatures.
I'm just trying to think of the shark. Like,
I get to be pretty all the time.
So you want to be put into like I guess a suit or like makeup basically. You want that makeup chair
Oh,
thing.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Put me in the makeup, put me in the suit. Let's get weird.
you could be swimming along, then suddenly get the shark mouth and attack someone.
That would be
Inside the shark. Yes.
well, that's interesting.
Zombie
I've
sharks.
yeah, there was zombies and sharks. I haven't been I don't know if there's been zombie sharks. Maybe it was a sci-fi movie I watched a while back that had it. I don't know.
I'm
It's
sure Mark Polonia has made it.
yeah, there's yeah, during that whole like shark exploitation era when we had Sharknado, there was a lot that came out of the indie scene for sure. Let's
All
see.
good things.
There was Ghost Shark, there was Amityville Shark Attack, there were a lot of them.
Yes.
They were all wild.
Love it.
Yeah.
I need to
Um
catch up on some more of those shark movies. They are all lovely.
I
there's
love
something.
sharks. I don't know why. I grew up, I guess, when Jaws was came out. So it's like, yeah, I love shark movies. That's a neat one.
They're so much fun. It's so much
Hmm
fun.
Yeah.
hmm
You mentioned zombies. Do you? I know there haven't. I don't know if there's been a resurgence of zombies in indie horror or horror general, but do you think that that's because of Walking Dead kind of like oversaturating the market
Oh,
with
for
that creature?
sure. They when Walking Dead came out, all of a sudden there was all everybody was making a zombie movie for a while. Like everybody was making a zombie movie. And I remember it was like every weekend there was just these calls for extras. And it's like, do you want to drive 2 hours that way and go be a zombie extra? Or do you want to drive 2 hours that way and be a zombie extra? And me and my husband, when we were just dating, we would go and be extras and nobody would know who we were. And it nobody took releases back then. They would just do us up
Yep.
as zombies and like, okay, go film that scene. Have a good day.
Back when it wasn't so regulated. Yeah.
Yeah. And we had a good time being zombie extras together. And then after a couple of years of Walking Dead, they just completely fell out, and we didn't see any for a while, but they're starting to resurge.
So I didn't realize he acted also.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. He was in
Okay.
have you seen Florida Man?
I have.
Okay. So, I play Florida Man. That's my husband playing the scientist, the botanist.
Really?
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at it again. I'll look it up right now. That's cool.
Do
That's
you
cool. That's you guys can enjoy that together.
do you guys act alongside each other a lot, or does it seldom happen, or how often
It
is it?
it's pretty rare, but he jumps in whenever he gets the chance. He says he could take it or leave it, but he turns into a ham. He loves it.
All right. That's awesome. That's great. I'm glad you guys could share that. That's wonderful.
Now, have you thought
We have
about
fun.
moving to like a place that had a bigger, like getting out of the independent films? Like if you move to Hollywood or if you move to Atlanta or one of the locations that where they do film more mainstream movies, would you have you thought about that?
I did a union project. I mean, granted, it was a long time ago, and I just didn't like how regulated everything was. Everybody was so separated
Gotcha.
from each other. At one point, the crew was they were building a set, and I was just like, oh, let me grab a broom and sweep up, as one does,
Yeah.
or so I thought. The next thing you know, I have somebody coming over to me saying, we don't have the waivers for you to do that. Like, what?
Hey,
Yeah.
so much for being helpful.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah,
Look at
I have some friends here in Atlanta who've done union jobs, and yeah, there are union rules and regulations and timings and all kinds of things. And you're right, it is it is very regulated, and that's why I haven't got into it myself because I just don't like that. I'm with you. If something's dirty, you go pick up a broom. If somebody needs something held up, you got to do it. That's
Yeah,
that's how independent film is. It's collaborative. Everybody helps. You don't really get a singular title. You just do what you got to do.
right.
Yeah.
That's how I like it. Like you see what needs to be done and you do it.
yeah,
Don't wait on
yeah.
anybody else.
Yeah,
And if you could help and get it done faster, why not? But
Right.
hmm.
of course. Speaking of zombies and zombie movies, what are some of your favorites? What are some of the scenes that you really enjoy of that genre of that subgenre?
There is a moment, and I believe it's Army of the Dead and Diary of the Dead. Both George Romero films where I don't know how familiar you guys are, but they share a scene and the scene is exactly the same, filmed from two different perspectives, but it's the same scene and they meet like halfway in those two movies.
I've seen Army of the Dead, the one on Netflix, right?
No,
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 this
the
she
older
said
one.
George from yeah, the older
Army
one,
of the
George
Dead. Okay.
Romero, right? Is that who you
Yeah.
Mhm.
said?
Okay. And I know Diary of the Dead. Diary of the Dead I watched back in the day when that came out because I think it was kind of a thing that happened after Blair Witch. There was the found footage stuff that came out during that time. And
Yes.
I love Diary of the Dead. It's incredibly underrated and people just are like, they kind of pushed aside, but I love it, absolutely love it. It's kind of like
Yeah.
the beginning of the apocalypse and people are trying to figure things out.
It's fascinating because, it was very organic how I found out that they share a scene. I was just having a zombie movie marathon with my ex-boyfriend, and I was like, wait a minute, that it was so cool seeing the same characters in a different movie and the same scene from a different perspective. It just blew my mind back then,
Yeah, I mean
and
and
nobody talks about
yeah,
it.
yeah, I mean I think people yeah, because once Romero went fully independent, well, he was always independent, but once he stopped doing the studio stuff, I think with like Land of the Dead was the last studio one he did. People I think stopped paying attention to him, even though he was still doing like wonderful stuff and kind of perpetuating that. I guess his franchise of just the zombie stuff all the way through, and it was great.
Yeah, I love his work.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Luckily, I got to meet him at a convention once and I asked him, how long does the zombie virus take a hold? And he gave me the best answer ever. It was whatever the script calls for.
Oh God.
I love that. I just remember he was so tall.
He was. He's super. Yeah, he was like 6'5". He was super tall. Yeah, but a wonderful guy to talk to, and just yeah, um, pretty funny too. You met yeah, and like to go off the monster and creature stuff as well. Werewolf movies. How about those? What are your favorite parts of those movies or favorite ones you've watched?
The transformations. My favorite transformation scene is from the movie Trick or Treat. The end, like it's sexy werewolf, and we've seen all
I
of the
know that.
others. Yes, uh, it's just that was a sexual awakening for me. I had never seen such a thing, and I've never seen such a thing since. And that those moments were mind blowing.
Yeah, that movie is always whenever that comes out in a new format, I always grab it because it's one of those movies that I remember when it was announced and saw the trailer and it came out and it took forever for it to come out on physical or even in the theater near me at the time. But once I bought it or once I rented it and watched it, I loved it ever since. And I know what scene you're talking about, and I know what you mean because it's probably the best sexy werewolf transformation we've ever gotten, and I don't think we've gotten one since. But
No,
they need to bring that back. They need to bring that back.
yes,
And Mel play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes, I'm down.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. Yeah, well, yeah, somebody should make you the lead of the sexy female werewolves, you know?
There
It
you
needs to
go,
be a thing.
Nick. Now you got another script you can write.
Oh, good. I'll add it to the pile. I'll add it to the pile. But have you did you ever see the transformation from Fright Night?
It's been a while.
Okay.
It
Because that
doesn't stick out.
okay. Yeah, well, it was basically the wolf tries to attack the kid and then he stabs it with the well, how do I say this? It's not really a werewolf transformation. What it is the kid has been bit, is a vampire and gets transformed into a werewolf to attack who he's supposed to attack, but the person stabs him with a wooden stick or whatever, a piece of a leg of a table, and then he starts detransformationing or turning back to human, and
Hmm.
it gets very visceral because he's also kind of dying as well and pleading for his life. It's very like yeah, it's a lot's going on in that scene.
Need to rewatch that.
Yeah, Friday Night's great. I love it. Is there anything horror wise or anything that you've watched lately that really sticks out in your mind?
I remember being told that I wasn't gonna like Megan, and it's been a while since I've been able to really like settle down and watch some horror because of small child. But I remember everybody saying, "Oh, Megan was no good," like it's meh. I loved it.
I
I
thought
thought
it
it
was decent. Yeah.
I thought it was new age. It was different. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was
I
decent.
haven't
Yeah, I
seen
thought it was
Megan
good too.
2.0. I tried to watch it today. I got a free moment. I tried to watch it today, and it did not happen.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I watched Megan as well, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun, and yeah, like you said, very new agey, very kind of like with the times. And I think it's from Blumhouse, and they seem to be pumping out a good amount of horror stuff that's
Hmm.
fairly good.
Yes,
Yeah, I like their
looking
stuff.
forward to some more of that.
Yeah. Have you watched any like A24 horror or anything in that vein?
Yes. I remember that those titles popping up. Refresh my memory on some of those.
Like think like Weapons or Heretic or
I want to see weapons. I've,
yeah,
I haven't seen either of those yet, but I have seen some A24 kind of recently.
there was one called Bring Her Back that came out this year. There was also, let's see here. What is it? Yeah, Bring Her Back was one for sure. There was also, um, yeah, Heretic. I know Maxine was one that came out.
Hmm.
Okay, yes. I saw Pearl and X.
Okay,
I don't I don't get to watch a lot of movies. I never stop working.
that's fair. What did you think? Okay, have you seen Maxine yet?
No, I haven't. It's been on my list.
Got you. But what do you think of do you think of Pearl and X? Which one do you like better?
Oh my gosh, I thought X was okay. At, the first time I saw it through, I was like, okay, it's all right. And then when I saw Pearl, though, I almost didn't give Pearl a chance because it was like, okay, well, I saw that. But when I saw Pearl, I was like, okay, this is entirely different. This is a whole nother thing. Yes, I thought it was great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think all three of them have been done by Ty West. He's the one
That
doing that,
sounds correct.
and I think he's doing a fourth one as well.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because they've all done fairly well at the box office. They've all made a good amount of money, so they're giving him a fourth one. I think he's because I know Maxine's in the 80s. I think he's doing one in the 90s as well. That's
Nice.
going to be part of that. Um, do you ever see yourself like getting behind the camera or directing or writing or anything like that?
Maybe I think I would be open to co-writing something. Um, I don't know if I have what it takes to be a director though. I'm not that organized. I can only organize myself.
You couldn't organize an army of people to help you make a movie.
I would be comfortable with co-directing because if I can really get down and understand the wants of characters and the motivations and you know how these characters connect to each other and all their little secrets and stuff. So I really can break it down to that level, but I could never organize the masses like that. That sounds terrifying to me.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've had tons of friends who do that, and I myself haven't directed at all, but yeah, it's all good. But is there any project that you're looking forward to coming out finally, or that's going to come out soon that you're really really waiting to promote and talk about and really get in front of people so they can see it?
Oh gosh, there's so much stuff that I'm so proud of that I've worked really hard on over the last couple of years since coming back from Japan. Um, I always say the project I love the most is the one I'm working on right now. Um, but gosh, it's going to be really good to see everybody from Pig Shit again. We just did pickups for Bloody Bones, and that's going to be really cool to see. I know everybody worked really hard on Ouija's Summer Party and cheerleader elimination. That's going to be coming up soon, and
Mhm.
there's a lot. There's a lot of really incredible projects that I'm looking forward to sharing with everybody.
Right. What is Pig Shit about? Actually,
Okay, I'm gonna try really hard not to give away too much,
please, yeah, please,
considering.
yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Um, so some friends end up on going back to a pig farm where a tragedy happened, and things happen. Will anyone get out alive?
Okay, all right. That, that's good.
I have to censor myself so heavily.
No, I get it. I get it. It's you wanna wait till it's out and people can watch it and stuff. Yeah, no, that's fine. But thank you for telling us about it. That's awesome. But we'll be looking forward for sure. But that's all I got.
Nice. Well, I cannot wait, Mel, um, to see what you're doing, Big Boobenstein. I cannot wait. You have built that one up so much. You seem so excited about it. So we appreciate you being on the podcast, and we are going to close it out with two affirmations. I do a nice
Excellent.
one, and then I'm gonna do a badass one. Oh, this one has ass in it too. Yeah, it must be that kind of night. I have the certainty to kick someone's ass today. That is our affirmation. I have the certainty to kick someone's ass. I'm going to do it. Oh, Nick, I'm almost out of my other ones. I only got like four more left.
Oh no.
These cards sound like they should have been switched. This one is easy peasy, smooth and breezy. That's kind of stupid. But if anybody wants to find out more about Mel and what she's up to, don't forget you can check out her link tree, linktr.ee/Mel Heflin. You can find everything that she's up to, the Indiegogos that she's supporting, and you can buy her a little something from her Amazon wish list if you would like. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.